Hello everyone. My today's video is for educators across the world and especially for those who are looking for online solutions to remote learning or for those who are looking for platform for distance learning. In this video, I'll give you a brief idea about one of the most commonly used platform, which is Google Classrooms. So this video is a tutorial, the teacher's guide to Google Classroom. Google Classrooms is one of the most widely used platform. Let's see the reasons why. First of all, it is an open source, means it is available free of cost. Along with our G Suite account, there are a lot of options which educators get. It's user friendly, believe me, it's very easy to use and even a layman can learn in a day or so. It's easy to manage and create classes using Google Classrooms. We can upload material, we can upload assignments, and we can grade the students. We can give direct, real-time feedback to the students, and the grading can also be done at the same time. We can add students to our classroom, we can remove few students from the classroom, and along with the students, we can add and remove teachers as well. We can view work in all the classes in our domain. Now, let's see how do we start with the Google Classroom. There are two ways to enter Google Classroom. The first way is you log into your Gmail account. And when we click www.gmail.com, it will ask for our username and password. And once we enter our username and password, our mail account, Gmail account will open. And this is the interface of Gmail account. And if you look at the right hand top corner, you will find 9 squares or 9 dots. And if you click these 9 dots, the Google apps will pop up. In these Google apps, maybe you will not able to see Google Classroom. In that case, you have to scroll down, and once you scroll down, you will find Google Classroom icon. On clicking this Google Classroom icon, you can enter into the Google Classroom, and this is a page which will open. But in case you're logging in for the first time, then it will ask you whether you want to join as a student or you want to join as a teacher. So educators have to join as a teacher. In case by mistake you join as a student, in that case, what will you do? In that case, you will not able to do anything, you will not able to delete it. You have to contact your administrator, the administrator who is handling the Gmail account of your educational institute. That administrator is the only person who can help you out and who can reset your account, and then you can join as a teacher. There is one more way to enter into Google Classrooms. You can directly log in to www.classroom.google.com, and once you enter www.classroom.google.com, you will be asked to sign in to your Gmail account, and this sign in, you will use the same credentials which you use for your email ID for the Education Institute. Once you log in using your same credentials which you use for email ID, Google Classroom will open. Now, on the top right hand corner, there is a plus button. And if you hit this plus button, you can create and join your first classroom. There are two options which you can see: join class, create class. In case initially you join as a student, you will not able to see the second option, which is create classes. You will able to see only the first class, that is join class. Now as an educator, you have to create your first class. So you will hit on create class button, and if you click on create class button, another window will pop up which will ask for the details for your newly created class. You have to enter the class name here, then the section, subject, then the room. Even if you do not enter room, it's perfectly fine. So once you enter class name, section and subject, you can hit on create button and you can start with your first classroom. Now this is the Google Classroom interface which you will see as a teacher, and broadly you will find there are 4 options on the top. The first option is stream, second option is classwork, third one is people, and the last one is grade. And I'll discuss all these options one by one. You have already created a class, but this class has no student, no teacher. So the first thing what you need to do is you need to add few people in your classroom. Those people may be students. You can also add your co-teachers into your classroom. If you hit on the plus icon on the right hand side of the teachers, you can add your co-teachers into your classroom. It will ask for an email ID of that teacher, and once you enter the email ID, then you click on invite button, you will be able to invite your co-teacher or your friend into this classroom. Then next is adding students. If you hit on plus button exactly on the opposite side of students, you can invite your students to this classroom. Again, the window will pop up where you have to enter the email IDs of your students. And once you enter the email IDs of your students, click on invite button. Once you click the invite button, an invitation will be sent to all the students of your classroom through an email. And let's see what kind of email your students will receive. Your students will receive an email where the name of the teacher will be mentioned, the class will be mentioned, and a student has to click join button. The student will not become a part of your classroom until or unless he or she clicks this join button. Once student joins the classroom, you will be able to see that student in your classroom under the option students. So here all the students will be visible, whosoever will join your class. If you have invited any student and has not joined, then invited watermark will be visible. Now let us see, there are a couple of options on this people page. You can select multiple students by hitting this button, and there are three actions which you can take. You can select one student, or you can select number of students. And what are the three options? The first option is you can send an email to those students. Second option is you can remove any student. And third option is, in case there is a child who is sending an unnecessary comments in the classroom, who is disturbing a lot, who is distracting other students, you can mute that student by pressing a mute button. Once you press a mute button, student will still be a part of your classroom, but the only thing is student will not able to reply to the comments. Student can submit his or her work but will not able to reply and cannot comment or post anything in the classroom. So very easy to mute a child in online class than the actual class. Then there are options to sort out students as per their first name, as per their last name, and also if you want to send an email to a specific child, there are 3 dots against every child. You will observe 3 dots. You click on those 3 dots, an option you will get to send a mail to that particular child. If you want to send mail to multiple students, then I would suggest you select all students, click on action. You can send mail to multiple students. So this is how we can add a specific child in our classroom. In actual, there are 2 ways of adding any student in our classroom. First, I have already discussed sending an invitation through an email. Second option is, if you open this interface, your classroom, there is a class code mentioned here. I'll magnify it, I'll show it to you. Yes. And now there is a square button. If you click on this square button, the code will pop up. And we can copy this code and we can send this code to our number of students, n number of students, whomsoever we want to join the classroom. So we will copy this code, we will send it through an SMS, through WhatsApp, through an email, the way you want, you can send the code. And how a child can join the class? Log into your Google Classroom account. Yeah, this was the page. And on the plus button on extreme right hand side, there was an option to join a class. And if a child clicks on join class, it will ask for class code. Now the class code which you have already sent to your child can paste here and can click on join and join your classroom. Child will become part of your class. So these are the 2 ways how you can invite your students to join your classroom. Yeah, now let us see the students interface and how students interface is different from teachers interface. In teachers interface, you will find 4 options here, whereas in students interface there are only 3 options. 4th option of grades is missing from students portal, or you can say the interface. And at the same time, child cannot add any teacher, child cannot add any student. Student for you, for child, he or she will be a classmate. So child cannot add his or her classmates in Google Classroom. That option is only with you as a teacher. Yes, again coming back to stream, if you hit this button, then on left hand side you will observe some notifications, and these are the notification of upcoming assignments or deadlines, a to-do list. And even if you click here, another window will pop up which will show you to-do list. And in this to-do list there are again two options. The first option is to review an assignment, and second option is to see the reviewed assignment. So if I click to review assignment, I will find all those assignments which I have given to the students and have not been reviewed. Now here, this is a topic, and at the same time there is a deadline also mentioned. 25th March is a deadline which I have given to my students, and I have assigned this assignment to 2 students, and out of those 2 students till date nobody has submitted the assignment. That's why this value is 0. If any child will submit, this value will automatically change. And then there are 3 dots on the right hand side. Those dots, if I click, I can mark all the assignments as reviewed assignments, but I'm sure you will actually review it and then mark it as reviewed. Right, so coming back to screen, the name of the class and section is mentioned here. The name and section of the class is mentioned. If I do not like this theme, I can change the theme by pressing theme button, and there will be some built-in options which I'll get, built-in themes I'll get, and I can select any theme whichever is relevant to me or whatever I like as per my choice. And then I can also, instead of selecting a theme, I can upload a picture from my system, from my laptop or from Google Drive, wherever you want. You can upload a picture and that picture will appear in this area. We can drop and drag a picture, or we can upload from our system. Coming back to stream, now whatever is happening in your classroom, all the notifications will be visible here. All posts and all updates will be visible. At the same time, if you want to share something with your class, you can click here and you can easily share with your entire class. Generally, stream is used to send the notifications, like we send the circulars to our students, like we send a newsletter to our students, like we send timetable to our students. So this stream option, this page can be used to share all such informations with our students, except the subject matter, because the subject matter will be shared in the classwork. So the rest, all relevant information can be shared on this page. And once you click on this button, this window will pop up, and then it will ask you want to send the message to which grade. I have to select a grade from here. All those grades of which I am a part as a teacher will be visible, and I can send it to all the students, or I can select multiple students. To specific students also, I can send the message. I can also add any file from Google Drive. I can send a link to the students, for example from Wikipedia. If I want to send, for example, a specific from news website, I want to send a link and I want students to read a specific news which is relevant to them, I can upload a file from the system. I can send a YouTube link to the student. Once again, I would like to suggest you, please share the circulars, the general information which has to be shared with the entire class or multiple students or specific students. Subject matter has to be uploaded under classwork heading. So now let's go to classwork, I think, which is most relevant for all the teachers, and most of the times you'll be using this option. If you click on classwork, another window will open which will show you a couple of options. I will focus on create option first. Now if you click on create, there are 6 options which you will get, and those 6 options are assignments, quiz assignments, questions, material, reuse, course and topic. I will start with the last one, which is topic. Now I have already set up my classroom. I have added students, I have added few teachers also. Now it's a time for teaching learning process. The first thing which I need to do is I need to select a topic, I need to decide a topic. Though you can start with your classroom without entering a topic, without selecting a topic also from here. My suggestion would be always enter a topic so that different assignments, different material can be added under that heading itself, so that it will become easy for you to sort out in a longer run. So when you click on topic button, a very small window will pop up where you can write the topic, whichever topic you want to add, you want to start. When you click on add button, the topic will be added on the left hand side under all topic option. You can see quadratic equation has been added here. Not only here, you can see the quadratic equation on the main page of Classwork. And now after adding a topic, it's time to upload some material. Before uploading any material or before creating any material, I can also use a previous post. Suppose 2 or 3 months back, I posted something on the portal and I want to refer to the same material, or I want to repost it because this classroom also is relevant to the same post which I sent couple of days, weeks or months back. In that case, you can click on create button and you can go to reuse post. It will show you all the previous posts and you can reuse your any previous post. Now third option from bottom is material. Once you have set up the topic, now it's a time for material for the classroom. Now if you click on material button, this window will pop up where you will have option to enter the title. You can enter the title like first lesson L1, and I want to start with substitution method of linear equations. Substitution method. And next option is description. Here you can give a brief description about the topic. You can also set your learning objectives or what are we going to learn today. So you can write here. Then after writing the title, giving the description, you have two options. The first one is to create your material and the second one is to add the material. There is difference in creating and adding a material. You will create a fresh material and it can be created on different platforms. You can use Google Docs, you can use Google Slides, you can use Google Sheets, you can use Google Drawings, and you can use Google Forms. So you can create any of these in order to give the material to the student. Or if you have already prepared material, you can click on add button and you will get a couple of options, and those options are add material from your Google Drive. You can add a link as I discussed earlier. Suppose from Wikipedia you want to refer something, so that link can be added. You click on link button, you can copy and paste from that website, that web address, and you can send it to the students. Or if there is a PDF file, suppose you have a PDF of a book and you want to share it with the students, PDF of a specific chapter which you want to share it with the students. Suppose you have some passage which you want students to go through, that screenshot also you can take and you can upload. And then last option is you can upload a YouTube link video. Students can watch the video. My suggestion would be the video should not be very long. 4 to 6 minutes is enough, maximum 10 minutes. Give them in the form of capsules, small chunks, so that children can watch a very short video, then some thought-provoking questions, some assignments can be given, some short quiz can be there. So keep the video up to limit of 4 to 6 minutes, maximum up to 10 minutes. Else students will not go through the entire video. They will lose their interest once they complete 4 or 5 minutes. They will start losing interest after that. So keep short videos for the students relevant to the topic which you are doing. So once you have added a title, description or lesson objectives and added a material here, then on the right hand side you can see a couple of options. You can select you are sending this material to which class. You are sending to grade 9A or any other class. You can send the material to specific students also. By default it is all students. If you want, you can select specific students. Means you can do differentiation in the classroom. You can select specific students, and differentiation in terms of content you can do here. You can send different content to different students. I think that is a next level. Once you start using the Google Classroom, then you can explore these options. Then next one is topic. So we already added 2 topics. I think I've already added. One is linear equation, second is quadratic equation. If I click here, I can see those 2 topics. Now I can link this material with the specific topics. It's always better to link every title or material with the topic because it's easy to sort out later. Yes. So once we have entered the title, once we have given the description, we have added a file also for the students. We selected students, all students, quadratic equation, then I will get it is automatically saved. You don't have to save it, it will automatically get saved. There is an option to post. You can immediately post if you want. If you want to save it as a draft and you want to show it to your co-teachers, or you want your respective heads to go through the material, they can go through the material, can give you green signal. If they want, they can discard this draft also. And the most interesting is you can schedule this material. Suppose today is a holiday, I have spent a couple of hours preparing the material. I can schedule it for next week. I can enter a specific date, I can enter a specific time. The material will automatically be uploaded on that particular date and that particular time. So scheduling is a very good tool, very strong tool which the teachers have. They can prepare material whenever they want, but it will be uploaded on a specific day and time. Yes. Now after material, next option is question. So you have announced the topic, relevant material has been uploaded, child has gone through the material. Now it's a time to interact with the students, to ask few relevant, thought-provoking questions to the students. So if you click on question button, the window will open, and this window you can directly write your question here. Then after writing the question here, you can give the instructions, how do you want them to answer it. If you want, it's entirely optional. Then again, if you want, you can add file, you can create some Google Doc, Google Sheet, Google Slide, Google Photograph, picture, or Google Form can be created. So whatever you want, you can do it here. All the options are same. I'm not going to discuss in detail. I've already discussed while discussing the previous subheading, that was material. What is different here is this is also same, classroom and students you can select. The difference here is you can see the points for each question. For each question, you can decide how many points you want to give, and 100 seems to be too much. Maybe I can make it 10. And due date, I can select. I can give a deadline for this question. So students will answer the question before the deadline itself. So deadline can be given to the students. Then next option here is which type of question you want to ask. There are two options. One is short answer question, and second option is multiple choice. Better to select short answer here, because in case you want multiple choice, you use another option of quiz, which I'm going to discuss after a few minutes. So if you click on short answer, you can enter your question, you can give the instructions, you can do everything, and then one or two more options are there. The students can reply to each other. Please give them the opportunity to reply to each other. Let them interact with each other. If things go out of hand, you can mute any of the students. We know it very well. So let them interact, let them discuss, let them have some group discussion on this platform. Then this, I generally avoid giving this option to the student. Student can edit answers. I don't prefer it. I feel that once a child has submitted the answer, there can be discussion on it, but they should not be given the option to edit their answers. Rest is up to you. In case in a specific case you want them to give the option, it's entirely up to you. So once you write the question, you give all the instructions, and you are ready with all these things, then there is a button to ask the question. You can click here, the question, the child will receive the question. Now let us see the student's interface. How will it appear in student's portal when a child will open his or her class? Here, child will get a message, notification that your teacher has posted a new question. And this is a question which seems to be very vague. I've just randomly clicked a few buttons on my keyboard, so the question will also be visible. And once this is student interface, remember, and once a child click on this button, then child can enter in that this is a title which we gave to the question, and this is the person who has uploaded the question, and this is a question. Child can send a private comment to you, child can send comments to the classroom, and then it's a time to answer the question. Here is the option to answer the question. Child can type here to answer the question. Once a child will type, again I have typed some random letters, then this turn in button will be enabled, and child can click on turn in button to submit his or her assignment. Once a child will submit the assignment, another option will come to see classmates answer and to reply, to have a discussion on it. Once the child has submitted it to you, In teachers portal, again you will come to to-do list. To-do list, I discussed earlier also, there are two options: to review and reviewed work. Both you can see. Now, a child who has submitted the response, now this value has changed. I discussed a few minutes back. Earlier, initially this value was 2. Now it has changed, and this value was 0. Now both the values have changed. Now, earlier there were 2 students who were supposed to answer. Now there is only 1 child who is left to answer, because one has already given the answer to the question which was asked in the classroom. So once a child will give the answer, you will be able to see that the child has given the answer. You click this button, a next window will pop up. This window will show the students who have given the answer. Like this child has given the answer, and now I can give the marks to this child. Out of 10, 100, whatever weightage was decided initially, out of those you can give marks. Suppose I have given 89 marks to this child. Then I can also give the comment. After evaluation, suppose I want to give some guidelines to the students, some suggestions to the students, I can always write, and I can click this arrow button and I can post it. And the child will be able to see. Now this is saved in draft only. Child cannot see the marks. Till now child cannot see the marks, because it is saved as draft unless you click this return button. The marks will not be sent to the child, and marks will not be counted till return button is pressed. But before you press return button, now here also see it is showing not returned. So you have to click return button also to give these many marks to the child. If you click on this setting button, you will get few options. All these marks which you have given to all the students, suppose there are 30 students, you can download their grades as Google Sheet, you can download it as CSV file. So you can keep track of the score, you can take printout of the marks which the children have obtained in the specific question. Yes. Now when you press this return button, what will happen? The child, yes, now you have graded the assignment. Once you press the button, graded assignment will be visible. Earlier 1 was mentioned here, now it has been graded, so another button will be added. Earlier there were only 2 options, turned in and assigned. Now I got a third option also, graded. So I've graded 1 child. And score also you can see. Now save as draft is not mentioned, means you have assigned these marks to that particular child. Yes. Now coming back to classwork, click the 4th option, and the 4th option is grades. If you click this 4th option, you can see your entire assignments which you have given. You can see all the students on this side and their score as well. Their score in all the topics, assignments or questions, whichever question or assignment they have submitted. So all the scores will be available on this sheet, and you can sort out if you want. And something very interesting here is you can see the class average. If for a particular assignment, for a particular question, class average is very less, which means I need to introspect. There was something wrong with the class. Maybe I have to have a reinforcement class, maybe I have to send some supporting material, some more material, so that you can take remedial actions. You can take feedback also from the students why they haven't scored well, and accordingly you can take remedial measure. Yes, this is a student interface. Once you have graded the child on the basis of question which he has submitted, child will be able to see his or her score here, 89 out of 100. And child, if wants some clarification, can comment here and you will receive the message. Yes, so this was all about posting a question. Next is quiz assignment. This is something which is very interesting. You can have a very short quiz after every class, maybe 5 questions only. What is the benefit of giving a quiz? One, you can check how much learning has actually happened in your classroom, and second, you can keep track of students' progress also, how the children are performing in the quiz which you are doing after every class. So when you click on quiz assignment button, these options are similar to previous what we have discussed, but another new option which you can see is a Google form. Automatically a Google form will be created when you will click on
quiz assignment option. Now this Google form, I'm not going to discuss Google form in detail, but in this Google form you can create a quiz. Suppose 5 questions, you will type 5 questions, you can give the multiple options, number 2, number 3, you can select the correct option, so that you do not have to check it manually. Automatically it will be checked in Google Forms, and child will get immediate feedback of the score, whatever score child has obtained. And next, what you can do is you can give weightage to each question. Suppose 1 mark if you want to give to each question. So if you're asking 5 questions of 1 mark each, here also you need to change the points. Then it won't be 100, it will be 5 only. So you can change this option. And due date, of course, you can set a due date for the quiz. Next option is similar. Topic you can choose whatever topic was there. And then coming to the next option is assignment. Earlier it was quiz assignment, now it is assignment. If you click on assignment button, again a similar window will pop up, but you won't find a Google form here. You will find title, you will find instructions, add button, to add any specific file, PDF file, you can add YouTube link, whatever you want you can add here from YouTube, from your system, from your Google Drive. If you want to create something, you can create here the assignment. And right hand side also options are similar. 9A, all students, points you can decide, due date you can decide, topic also. Now something very interesting here, and which I really like, is rubric for the assignment which you are giving. And it's a very good option. If you click on rubric, then if it is a 10 marks assignment, then you can divide those 10 marks. Example, timely submission. If a child will submit in time, I will get 1 extra reward point. Then you can add another criteria. You have to add criteria till you complete 10 marks. Means the sum of all the criteria or the areas should be equal to 10. So once you give all the descriptions, you decide on which areas you are going to do the assessment for the assignment, then you can go back, you can save it by clicking the save button, and the child can see it should be 10 here, 10 will be reflected. And child can also see the rubrics which you have set up for the child for the assignment, and child will know that this 1 mark is for timely submission, and child will do timely submission of the assignment. So child will be aware of the rubrics which you have decided. This original report will help those who are dealing with higher students. Maybe if you are doing something based on research, maybe English language teachers, they have given some creative writing text to check whether the report is original and it has not been copied as it is from the open source or from any other website. So I think those teachers they would like to explore this option. Yes, now coming back to student interface, this is also student interface. This is not a teacher interface. Now once you have submitted the assignment, this is how the child will see when child will click on the assignment on the home page or the screen page. If child will click, this window will pop up, and this window will clearly show the rubrics which you have given. 1 mark for timely submission, each correct answer 1.5 point, 1.5 marks. Suppose there are 5 questions, 1.5 for each means 7.5. Then for originality and creativity, there you can give it's up to you entirely. I'm just giving an example. So if child has done very neat and clean work, tidy work, you can give half. So it's entirely up to you, up to the teacher, how you want to set your rubrics. Now, how can child submit an assignment? Child has not submitted. Once child will submit, only then you will mark the assignment. Now on the right hand side, you can see add or create option. Child can solve the assignment, can click the picture, can send the picture. Child can type it, can save it in the form of PDF or Word document or PowerPoint, whatever, and child can upload that file. So this is one option what child can do. Second option is child can give the link Google Drive. From Google Drive child can upload a file, or child can solve it using Google Docs, Sheets, Slides, Sheets and Drawings. So these are the options which child will get. Suppose there are KG students, very small students, they will do something, parent can click the picture, can upload the picture here, and you will be happy to see child's work, small child's work. So once they select a file or whatever option they want, they can select, then they can submit it. And once they submit it, this is teacher's interface. In teacher's interface, you will be able to see that specific child has turned in. He has solved the assignment and has sent it to you. Now it is for you to review this assignment, and I have already discussed how to review it. If you click here, the window will pop up. You can give score directly. My suggestion would be you click here. If you click here on the work what the child has submitted, the grading started, you click here, then another window will pop up which will show whatever child has created and solved. So this is the solution of the assignment which you have sent. On the right hand side, you will find something very interesting. For each rubric, you can give the marks to the child. For each rubric. So once you give marks to the child, suppose I have given half mark here, I have given 5 here, 1 here, 0.5 here, depending upon the solution which you have submitted. Automatically it will be added here. You don't have to enter 7 here, it will automatically come. The only thing is you have to give marks for each rubric. And once you have done the evaluation, click on return button. And if you click on return button, the assignment has been graded, and this is again student interface. Child can see the score. Child got 7 out of 10. And not only 7 out of 10, child can see in each rubrics what has he or she obtained. Yeah, coming back to Stream. So this was all about Classwork, all the options which are there for you to create a classroom, to add assignment material, whatever you want, you can upload it in the Classwork. Now, you will have an option on the left hand side. There are 3 buttons, menu buttons. If you click on those buttons, couple of options are there. Quickly I discuss and I'll finish with it. So first option is classes. If you have multiple classes and you click on this button, you will able to see all the classes. So the first class is 9M Maths, 9A Maths, 10M Maths and 10A Maths, and the number of students will also be visible. In these classes there is no students, so that's why it is showing 0. Otherwise the number of students will be specified here, and whatever class you want to go to, you can click on that button and you can enter in that class. Yes, the second option in the menu list is calendar. If you click on this calendar button, this is a bit different from your Google calendars, because this calendar will give you options of only the assignments which are pending. The deadlines will be shown here. Like on 25th there was a deadline to submit the assignment, will show here. So this to-do list is to keep track of all the work which has been assigned. Children can also keep track of whatever they have to submit, and here you can see the remaining classrooms which you have. Now the last option is settings. In settings, if you click settings, these settings will pop up. You can change your profile, account settings you can change. Now this is very important. Suppose you have multiple classrooms. After every update in the class, you will get email notification. Even if any child has commented, even if child has mentioned you in a comment, you will get all notifications through an email. If you want to avoid few notifications, you can disable these buttons. If you want to avoid all the notifications through email, you can disable this button, right? So this is all about Google Classrooms, and I'm sure after today's video you can easily use Google Classroom. The best way is you watch it 2 or 3 times, you pause it wherever you want, and then try it simultaneously. Once you have seen the video, now next time when you see this video, you pause it in between and you log into your account and you try to use the same options whatever I have explained. This is the best way of self-learning.
Hope the video was helpful for you. In case you like the video, hit the like button, share with your friends, and click on subscribe button to subscribe my channel. Thank you and have a wonderful day.